We don't play the social game. We are social. Power 98.5. You're listening to Power 98.5, powered by United Angels Dream, your number one resource for public relations, entertainment, and multimedia. Contact them today at unitedangelsdream.com.
Hi, this is Dan Aykroyd. He's progressive. He's beautiful. He's thoughtful. He's intelligent. He's powerful. He's positive. He is Stephen Cuoco on Power 98.5 Satellite Radio.
Prepare yourself.
Okay, let's go.
Empowering listeners from the US to the UK. Live on air with Stephen Cuoco.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining me live on air with Stephen Cuoco on Power 98.5. I've got my great friend here, pro boxer with Warren Boxing Management out of the UK, Mr. Robert Duran Jr.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm
glad to be.
What's that?
Glad to be back over here with you, champ.
It's been a hot minute since we've last had you on, hasn't it?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
What's been going on with you?
Oh man, everything. I've been taking everything, step by step. Everything's been great. Start off, to a brand new year, and hopefully, God keep, blessing us all, and we could just move forward, very positively.
Mm-hmm. Hey, you're doing just that. As I was sharing with you, I can really sense that you've got a much better direction of where you're going. You feel very solid, very much more at peace, confident. You've always had all of that, but especially during this time, to know that you're now finally performing, you're fighting. You just recently had a match.
Yes, I did, back in December.
Tell me about it.
Oh man, it was a first round knockout. I just went in there and I got the job done. I know what I needed to do. And on top of that, too, the opponent came in extremely heavy. Mm-hmm. So that kind of didn't, those are the things that I don't like. So that kind of pushed me to really end the fight even faster. So that's just what happened. Went in there, first round knockout, went home.
Wow. How did Warren Boxing Management feel about that?
Oh, man, they were super psyched, super psyched, because it was a hassle at first trying to get me a fight, being that I'm not able to get to the UK right now because of the COVID situation.
Yeah. So
it was kind of a headache trying to get fights and everything. And then we finally landed this one, with my entire team was just, everybody was working together. We made it happen. We got out there. All the hard work I was putting in the gym, man, it's just, I showed off. I showed out in Mexico, and that was the results. And everybody was happy, man.
I was going to attend one of your fights. You were supposed to be in Massachusetts, wasn't it? Or where were you supposed to be? Because it was rescheduled, or was it? No, it was Florida.
It was New Hampshire. I remember, it was New Hampshire. And then it was rescheduled to be elsewhere here in Florida, but it didn't fall through. And those were the headaches we were dealing with, so fights weren't falling through, or promoters, they were giving us a headache, they were giving us a hard time, asking for too much. So, we were just patient. We were just being patient. We were all still working, doing what we need to do. And then we got blessed with that opportunity in December, and we took it and executed.
Well, here's the thing. Why would they be asking for too much when you and Warren Boxing Management should be asking for too much?
Because that's funny. I laugh because, it always comes down to small time promoters. It's the issue. because you don't never have issues with big time promoters. And by that, what I mean by that is big time promoters like Top Rank, Golden Boy, PBC, Matchroom, Dazzin. Those big promotional companies don't have that issue. You know what I mean? Where they're always trying to get off on a fighter or a fighter with a name and trying to get money out of them. They don't need that because they're already big. They're already established. So with these small time promoters, like here in Florida especially, they don't have a name. They're just putting on fights, not paying the fighters, because the fighters, they're the ones that have to come out of pocket, pay to get on the card, pay to fight, pay to get the opponents. Otherwise, they don't fight, and they sit around all year like that. So that's what happens with these small time promoters. They try to get over on you like that, and it just doesn't work out.
Will you eventually be avoiding these small-time promoters and going to the larger ones? What's the game plan?
I mean, the game plan right now, the good thing is I've made good contacts with a few promoters that I've been dealing with for a while now. So they've been really helping with the situation, and I've tried to eliminate the other promoters that are trying to get over on us. So what the thing is, as soon as that I'm able to travel out back to the UK, because that's where my promotional company is at, and that's where everything is, we won't have to deal with that situation no more. So right now, all we really can do is just sit back right now and just deal with it for now, for the moment.
I haven't caught up on this, Robert, but because I've been hearing from my friends and connections with people out of the United States, it's opened up, then it closes. It opens up and it closes. So
correct?
Where's your position with the UK? Because as far as I'm aware of, there's still traveling going on, and it's like there's people coming here from other countries, but is there still a restriction of you going there?
From what I remember from last time is, if I was to go out to the UK, then I would have to quarantine for 2 weeks out there. It was the last update that I've got, and that was about a month and a half, maybe 2 months ago. I know if I went out to the UK, I would have to quarantine. Anybody coming into London would have to quarantine for 2 weeks, and that's what my management team didn't want, me sitting there for 2 weeks quarantining and then waiting another week towards the fight. So I'll be there for 3 weeks, at a low weight, cutting weight. I wouldn't be able to eat. It'll cost money. And it's just, the expense is just too much. So we avoided that, because there's no way that I'm going to be in London quarantining for 2 weeks and then waiting in another additional week before the fight. Is just too much on me, and it's, and financially wise on the management team is another hassle. So we try to prevent that.
Let's say if the borders were open and you go to the UK, there's no coronavirus going on, no restrictions. How long will it take the moment you get off the plane? How many days or how long would you expect to be out there to train, cut, get into a fight, and leave? Is it a week? Is it 5 days? Is it?
Oh, that's simple. I mean, I was there last year. I fought in London last year. I mean, if it was normal, no corona, no virus, I'll be there about a week before, just 1 week, or even not even a week. I'll probably be there 2 to 3 days before the weigh-in. Because when I jump on a plane, I'll jump on the plane already low in weight, about 150 pounds, and then the only thing I have to cut is another 2.5, 3 pounds, which is nothing. In 2 days that I'm there early, 2 to 3 days that I'm there early, all the weight comes off. So it wouldn't be an issue. It's just with the corona now, it makes it an issue, because I'll be low in weight and I'll be out there for 3 weeks now. And that's just what makes it, more difficult. That, and on top of other stuff too.
Wow. Now,
yeah, it's a headache.
Anything coming up here in the States at all? I mean, I would definitely want to get to dropping the gem. I'm not going to do it just yet. You do have something coming up in February.
Correct.
But that's not in the States.
No, that's back in Mexico.
What about here? Anything coming up here, or what's the game plan to keep you active, to keep you in the public eye, and to just get things moving, even if it's at a glacial pace, but at least you know that you have a vision?
Well, right now, I'll be fighting back to back to back, in Mexico. I'll fight February 26th, then March, then April, back to back.
Oh, wow.
Back in Mexico. And, it's all thanks to also, I got my cut man, who's also my medicine man. He's from Mexico, so he knows a lot of these promoters in Mexico, and because of him and because of the promoters out there, they've kept me active. So last December, this February coming up, March and April, I'll be back over there. Mm-hmm. So it's a blessing because I'll stay active. I'll stay active while everything starts to open back up again, and in the UK, or we find anything else here in the States also. So like that, family and friends can attend, everybody else can attend.
Now, would you be driving in, flying in?
Oh, I'll be flying in.
Will you? Okay. So
mm-hmm.
I'm going to drop this gem a couple times since we touched on it. And for those that are tuning in, pro boxer Robert Duran Jr. from Warren Boxing Management, live on air with Stephen Cuoco. This is his second round here with us today on Power 98.5 satellite radio. This is his family. This is his home. You will continue to obtain exclusive content here, immediate content of what's happening in Robert's career, in his life, in his professional boxing matches, and what to look forward to. And at this time, he will be returning to Wyndham Garden Hotel in Cancun, Mexico on the 26th of February. It says here, after his first dominant round stompage there in December. I love the wording of that. That's exceptional marketing from Warren Boxing Management. After his dominant first round stompage, there's going to be more.
Oh yeah, completely, man. Correct, my brother. How I've been feeling, man, and how I've been training. I just been training like a freak of nature, man. I'm just trying to make all my goals, all my dreams come true. I'm trying to accomplish what I can in my career while I'm in boxing, So like I told you before in our last interview, I gotta train and work double the time as a regular fighter. So I'm just doing everything in my power that I can. Mm-hmm. Every fight has to be better than my last fight. My performance always has to elevate, always has to go up another notch than my previous fight. I have a good team behind me. So as long as I got a good team behind me, I have no excuses. I can't give no excuses. I got to give 1,000%. That's all I'm going to keep giving, till we reach the level we want to reach.
Now, what's the environment going to be like when you go back to Mexico? Is there somewhat of an audience? Is it just you and the immediate people that are necessary for the match?
When I fought in December, there was no audience. It was just, immediate people that were there, like, doctors, referees, judges, media. Mm-hmm. So most likely it'll be the same setup. And I'm not sure. I'm still waiting on confirmation if it's going to be in the same hotel. I'm not sure yet. But most likely it won't be in the same hotel, probably be elsewhere, but I will definitely keep you updated, and everybody else that follows me, I'll definitely keep everybody updated on where the new location might be. And
we're going to have you on if you want to. Let me know what you prefer, before the fight, after the fight, before and after. So I'm going to leave the ball in your court to let me know what you want to do. So With that being said, when it comes to the coronavirus test, do you have to get a test done and obtain your paperwork before leaving Florida? Or is everything done as soon as you get there, get off the plane, you're going into immediate checkpoint, wherever the destination is. Then after that, you go into a coronavirus test, you pass, the fight happens. How is the process?
Oh, just like it happened in December. I mean, once I get there, everything happens at the weigh-ins. You know, they check papers, everything. They give you a COVID test right there, and if you're negative, you're good to go. You and your opponent are negative. You guys are good to go. And then the fight happens the next day.
Family.
They don't really.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, they don't really require too much. You know, just that you pass your COVID test, and then everything is good from there. You're allowed to fight.
And you've got to go alone, or can your family go with you?
No, I can bring a family with me.
Will you?
Yeah, I can bring a few people with me. Like my corner will go, and then if somebody else from my family went, they can come. Because my uncle went with me last time, and they allowed him to go into the actual venue in the back, so it was pretty good.
Well, and how long were you there for?
I got there on a Tuesday, and I fought that same week on a Friday. So I was there for a total of 5 days.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, not bad at all. Because, see, the thing is with me, I like to get there 2 to 3 days before weigh-ins. So like that, you know, I get used to the elevation and whatever jet lag that I might have from the plane, you know. And then I'll just be in the gym doing, you know, my little light runs to make sure I get into my final weight the day before the weigh-ins, so like I don't have to rush anything.
I've been to Mexico once, my friend, and it wasn't King. Where was it? Los Cabos.
Los Cabos.
Los Cabos. I was at the Rio Palace. Absolutely loved it. Would love to go back to Mexico again. Definitely when things are much easier, I just may say, fuck it, what can we do? I want to go on out. I want to bring my camera seriously. But I definitely want to have you be here in the States.
I know. Trust me, I've been getting that for the last 2 years now, Steve. I've been trying to get at least one fight in the States, you know, close to home in Florida, so like that family and friends can make it there. But it's been difficult. I'm not going to lie. It's been difficult. It's been very difficult just because I explained to you with these promoters here, man.
Do you believe that there could... How do I want to go with this? I know where I want to go, but I'm looking for the words. Is there a way for these bigger people that would take you serious enough? Do you believe that something can be said, something can be done to just pivot? To say, you know what, we're going to do this. He's proven himself. Let's get him in a Florida match.
I'm going to be honest with you right now. At the end of the day, I would, I'm somebody, I know I have a name, but at the end of the day, there's a lot of juniors out there, and not everybody expect juniors to really excel in boxing like that, And then, I got 6 fights on my record already. So for any big promotional companies to take notice to me, I would have to make noise. I would have to keep winning my fights. I would have to keep winning impressively and building my record. They'll definitely take height. They'll definitely take, eye to me. But once I, win a couple of more fights. So I say when I get to like 10 fights, 15 fights, everything will be set in stone, and that's when I'll be definitely out in the clear with all these big promotional companies. So as of now, I got to build my record up to that level. And that's really what it is. I got to really show myself. I got to prove.
What just came to me, and it just all makes sense as you're sharing, what's working in your favor, and it proved in your last match in December, is the solitude and the waiting game.
Correct.
I believe you're going to continue to pack a punch and have many more knockouts. Why I'm saying that is because I can feel how you're channeling everything that's going on and you're saving it for the ring.
Correct.
I can just feel it.
You know, my brother, like I told you before, like when we do talk, I'm one, to me, in my opinion, like I can care less when everybody else thinks. I'm one of the hardest working fighters in the gym. You know, I'm the first one in the gym. I'm the last one out of the gym. And that's just my first session in the morning. And then the afternoons, I got my strength and conditioning. And then I'll come home, relax, and then end my day off with a run. You know, and this is every day. I train twice a day, sometimes even 3 times a day, because I know my goals. I know who I am. You know, not that I care what people are expecting of me, but just because I want to prove everybody wrong. You know, those doubters, those naysayers, that, you know, I want to give them something to talk about. So if they're going to talk negative about me, now I'm going to really give them something to talk about, you know, and not much that I really care about that, because at the end of the day, they're not in my shoes. They're not doing what I'm doing. They're just sitting back, just talking. Now I can really care less about that, you know? And that's what really what it is. You know, I'm just focused, 100% focused. And then from the last time me and you spoke, it's like I really channeled into my zone. You know, I'm like, yeah, everybody's right. You know, let me stop bullshitting. Let me keep focused. Let me get even more in the zone. Keep my mind clear and just think about what's important and what needs to be done. Everything else, I put in the work. My team puts in the work with me. Everything else will fall into place. And that's just how I look at it. I've been looking at it like that. Everything has been, you know, everything has been perfectly. You know, I've been patient.
Said it perfectly. You're doing everything of what a fighter needs to do and should do, and what most are doing right now. You know, you're finding your insanity to sustain your sanity. That you already know you're sane. It's just the outside elements and components are just, you know, I'm going to tell you, they're not positioned to not be in your favor. I believe that your representatives are doing everything possible. And I also believe that you're going to find out every time you go for a fight, every time that you're in a ring, every time something is happening, it's going to continue to make sense to you. And why I say that is because I believe you feel it. No, I'm not too sure of how much or how often you recognize it or give it acknowledgement. But like I said, your December fight proved it, and you're going to prove it again in February.
No, I'm gonna keep proving it every time I step in the ring. You know, and if just so happens I don't win by knockout because, you know, my opponent came prepared as I did, then I'm gonna win very convincing. You know, and that's how I have built my mindset just to be. You know, and I'm gonna prove it every time I go in the ring. Every time I go in the ring, I'm gonna give everybody something to talk about. Not that I want to, but it's just going to happen.
Hey,
You know,
you're going to always have a story to unfold, and I'm sure you're going to be like, oh, shit, that's my story, that's my experience, that's my book, that's my legacy. Yeah.
Yeah, correct.
Most
definitely.
I love the not to go off topic, which I don't believe I am because this is all about you. The photo of your daughter that you posted a day ago on Instagram with all the pumpkins, that is adorable.
Yeah. Well, that was this last Halloween. We took them pumpkin, what's that thing called? When you go pumpkin hunting or something like that?
Pumpkin snatch? No, well, not snatching is when you're stealing. Is it pumpkin hunting or something like that?
Something like that. So, you know, it was spending family time together, all, you know, me, the wife, all the kids, just was out and about. And we took them pumpkin hunting or whatever the shit is called. I don't know. I didn't do that, so I don't know what to call it. No, but the kids had fun, man. It was a great time.
Mm-hmm.
and she just turned 6 yesterday. So, so it's a blessing.
Your wife is a beautiful woman, and I'm looking forward to meeting her one day.
Oh man, she from the first interview I had with you, she was like, "Wow, that guy has a great heart." I'm like, "Yeah, you'll meet him one day." She's like, "Yeah, I can't wait," because she gets along with people like people like you, Steve, people that have a heart like you. She can just sense that. She feels that. She's very into God, like you are. So you guys don't even know each other, haven't even spoke, but clicked on a certain level, and she just can't wait to meet you. It's like me. I can't wait to meet you in person.
Hey, and be
I
popping
feel like
bottles.
Yeah. Throwing dollars in the air.
Yeah.
Correct.
But what were you about to say? You felt or feel?
It's like you, when we first spoke on the phone, we spoke like we met in person. Like we've known each other for so long, but we only really spoken through phone.
Yeah.
So it's when things like that happen, that sense, that vibe, that feeling is like it's mutual and it's real. So I'm like, yeah, this is something to keep close, because you can always meet somebody, you not get that vibe, not get that click, and then just go about your way. You definitely forget about that person, But that's not the case here.
Like-minded people always have a way to find each other, even if sometimes you don't know why, and until you have a conversation like with us.
Correct. Yes, I agree.
Same thing with the Warren family. Big shout out to Bobby,
Oh,
Freddie,
yeah.
Sonny, Alfie.
Man,
Yeah.
Signature, my brother Johnny, man, the entire team. Box Red G Nutrition, Eat Clean, Hydro, the whole team, the entire team. They're all Bo Prier, who is my promoter out there with Priority Promotions, man. The whole team, man, because the whole team is just, they've been genuine. We all talk on a normal basis, on what the goal is, how we're gonna proceed forward. And if you have a manager who's the fighter's best interest is for you, then man, you just gotta build the bond with with your manager on a certain level. You know what I mean? And then that's just how me, Alfie, and Mo, and my entire team, we're just solid together, man. The teamwork makes the dream work. How I put it.
Speaking of teamwork, you made a post about repetition is key while you were doing drilling techniques, and that was with Kevin Gleason.
Correct. That's my brother from another mother, man. I known him first time I came when I moved down from New York in 2015, and I went into the gym. Later on that year, 2015, I met Kevin, and me and Kevin been the best of friends. He's been one of the best people to give me advice, to train with, everything, man. Shout out to him too, Kevin Gleason, man. Stay Ready Athletics, man. We in the building. And he just knows his boxing, just like my coach, Jeff Porritz, man. Shout out to him too, both of them. I've known both of them for a while, but I've been training with Kevin before Jeff. And it's a whole big mess of a story, how everybody just came together. It's just what builds onto the story, It's just a great guy right there, man. I love that guy to death. It's like family.
Well, this is what I'm going to do for your family. How do you like that? Nice applause.
Oh, man. Very, very. They felt that all over the world.
What I'd like to know is, what is Jab Fitness? Is that your signature clothing brand, or whose clothes are those?
Jab Signature?
Is that Jab Signature? Yeah.
Yeah, that's like a really good friend of mine. I consider a brother. That's his brand.
Okay.
Yeah, he created Jab Signature, the clothing, the shoes, the workout apparel, everything. That's him. He's from the London, UK. He knows Alfie Warren, all of them guys very well, and he's another guy that's been with me, man, for since I've started. Since he found out about me, it's been, man, I want to be on Rob's team, and it's just been the friendship, the love has just been mutual. It's just been there, and when you have loyal people like that, you got to keep them. You keep people like that around. And me and Johnny been here since day one, and he's going to be here to the end.
I would like to read one of your quotes. They don't know my story except for what I tell them.
Exactly.
I like that.
Exactly. I mean, I only tell people certain things. That's only when they ask me, when people ask me about who I am, what I do, where I've been, before, how come I'm doing boxing now? I'm like, yo, listen, there's been things in my life that I've really had to deal with, but that's in the past, and I'm here now. So whatever people are out there, portraying of me or saying of me is only what they've seen me say or heard me say or what they've seen in my prior interviews. That's only small details, so they only know a fraction of my life. And that's a quote that I've had for a very long time.
Well, you know your people well. You know who you're meeting. You know, look what happened with us. Look what happened with the Warren family, Warren Boxing Management.
Correct.
All the other supporters that you have and the friends that you've kept, and your circle is tight, strong.
Yeah, it is. It is, man. It is. Because I remember at the beginning of my career, I didn't know anything. I've had certain things happen to me with the boxing, in the boxing world. I've just learned from it. It was negative, but I learned from it. And then how I already was mentally, I put it all together. I'm like, okay, I'm going to make sure that this doesn't happen again. I'm going to make sure I'm going to weed out people I don't need, people I do need. And then I'm going to restructure the team. So that's what I did. I've learned. I hit rock bottom at the very, very beginning of my career. I hit rock bottom, and then I just, I stood up, I restructured everything, and then, God blessed me with what I have now. And I have nothing to be, nothing but thankful for that.
I'm going to go ahead and I don't want to keep you too long.
No, I got time on my hands, bro. Power 98.5 is family. Your family, so I'm here. I got time on my hands. We can talk.
We're going to talk. You're going to stay on the line. I feel very fulfilled from this interview and feel that we got what's that?
No, I was going to say, so do I. I agree with you.
We got a lot in this interview. You're definitely going to be coming back. Let me know if you want to do before and after your February fight. Thank you, everyone, for joining in with pro boxer Robert Duran Jr. He will be fighting again February 26th at the Wyndham Garden Hotel in Cancun, Mexico, after his dominant first round stompage that happened in December. He's going to continue to be having these powerful knockouts over and over and over again.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
Robert, share with everyone where you would like them to connect with you, support you, follow you.
You guys can find me on Instagram under Robert Duran Jr. On Twitter, which I go by at Duran Jr. 88, and on Facebook as Robert Duran Jr. I accept everybody's requests. I don't act like a big shot or nothing like that. A lot of people send me messages, starting conversations, and I talk back because I'm just human. I communicate with everybody. So reach out, you follow, I follow back, man. All the support means everything to me, and thank you.
You are very welcome. Any closing thoughts, words of wisdom? I already shared your quote, and I'm going to go ahead. I want to share it one more time, but you can go ahead and add additional if you would like, Robert. Robert Duran Jr., his quote, and I quote by his quote, and he said, "They don't know my story except for what I tell them." How true, especially in today's society and everything that's going on online and what is shared. It is. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know, keep some secrets. It's important to have a little bit of autonomy and mystery. You know, let yourself unfold the narrative, the story, the book, the brilliant movie that you are unfold naturally. Because we're going to always find out and learn who we really are as people. We're always going to change, just like with you, Robert. You meet people, you pivot, you transition, you evolve.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So we're going to always be in an unwritten, told story that cannot be examined or pre-interpreted, because we can always change. Anything else you want to add to that?
You know, that quote says it all, man. And what you added, you know, everything is not meant to be said. You know what I mean? Not everything about your life is meant to be said. You can't tell everybody everything about your life in full detail, you know? You keep it briefly. You say what you need to say, and that's it. You keep it moving. You know, everything you do with your actions, everybody will see. You know, that's basically it.
Awesome. Robert, thank you for joining us. You and I are going to have this chat once we get off the live. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Live on air with Stephen Cuoco with Robert Duran Jr., pro boxer with Warren Boxing Management. Tune in. Follow him. Continue with his journey. That fight that's going to be happening out there in Cancun, Mexico, is going to be another kick-ass fight, and I'm looking forward to you coming home after another knockout. And I want a vacation, man. You know, maybe skip to Florida. I may have to just say, fuck it, I want to come down to Cancun. Robert, can I come to Florida and then take the flight out with you?
Oh, man, you can do whatever you want, man. You can come here, we'll fly out together. Or you can meet me in Cancun. It doesn't matter. Whichever way you want to do it, we can make it happen.
I did the flying to Cancun by myself once. Honestly, if I can fly with someone and feel safe, I would rather to do it, because I don't underestimate anything in this world.
I don't either. You know, like last time I flew out, you know, with my Uncle JD, which I'll be doing again this time. So if you decide you want to take that trip, you can fly with us.
Did you already book your flight?
Oh, yeah, we booked it already. But I can give you my flight details and try to get, you know, that same flight, because we booked it in advance. So I'm 100% sure there's still a lot of open seats on that same flight, which you can book. Go ahead. Or my wife is going with my stepfather. They're leaving that Friday of my fight in the morning. I can maybe get you those details as well, and you can maybe fly with them, you know, either with us or with them. Whatever flight is the most, you can book with us or with them.
It's a quick flight too. I mean, you're going to be right there. What is it, an hour?
About 2.5 hours, maybe three. Are
you flying coach?
No, we're flying directly there.
No, I mean, are you flying coach or first class or business?
Oh, just coach, regular.
Coach. Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, we're flying.
What's that?
No, go ahead, Chan.
No, go.
No, I was just saying we're flying regular there. That's how we flew there and back.
All right. Well, you've got 3 flights booked. I could even look forward to the March. I'm going to figure it out and see how my schedule is. Just to drop a little gem, I don't know what's going to happen here, but they casted for HBO casted for a reality TV show. It's their 2nd season. I can't say anything now until I get the final results as to whether I'm going to be one of the cast members or not. I've been praying about it, but we will see. If not,
Excellent.
thank you. Well, as far as I'm aware of, they're going to be starting filming. Location hasn't been determined, but they want to try to get everything going and started February 1st.
Well, I hope they get you that role, man. I really do. You land that role. That'd be super, super amazing for you, man. And I'll be there watching.
It would be. I can't even tell you how many times I casted for Big Brother on CBS. So we'll see.
Oh, wow.
We will see. It's going to eventually happen. We will see. But
man, I'm trying to land me a role in a show or a movie or something too. You know, I gotta expand, man.
You'll be killer. I'm just going to tell you this. Don't let them stereotype you to put you always as a thug.
Oh, no. I know who I am as a person. So whatever people say, they can say what they want. I know exactly what it is. You know, Steve. They can label me whatever they want. Robert Duran Jr. is Robert Duran Jr. Period.
I think you would make. I don't think I know. You would make for a great teacher, coach, mentor. Like, I think that you can play a lot of great leadership roles.
Yeah. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I can do horror movies, crime movies. I've been told that before. I'm open to anything. To be honest with you.
I did recently meet someone here. They're not here, but they have a production company. They do a lot of movies here in the New Jersey, New York area, and it's Latin based. Supposed to be on a Zoom call tonight with the casting director, my friend Leo, his wife who does the casting directing, and gonna find out what we're all gonna be talking about. But I already told Leo's wife last night, I want to be in a film. I want to be in a project. If it's going to be happening and filmed here in New Jersey, why not? So when I get more information, I will let you know. They've worked with some heavy hitters.
That's beautiful. Yeah. That's great news.
Yeah. All righty. Well, thank you, everyone, for joining us. Thank you for tuning in. And we will be back.
And let's connect.
Oh my goodness, we are stuck. That's okay. We can be stuck. Good night, everyone.